Hello. Ooh, that was a nice little crescendo to start on, wasn't it? Hello everyone, I hope you are well. Guess who forgot to charge the battery from Friday night? That's right, this guy. Oh yes, it's been fun. It's on charge now though, but it's not been ready. It only got plugged in like a few hours ago, so it's not had enough chance. But tomorrow you'll get a chance to see my ugly mug in all its fantastic ugliness and glory in true definition and all that shit. Right, how are you anyway? Hope you're well. Hope you had a good weekend. We're back on it with Pillars of Eternity. So, we're going to continue the story. Last time, I don't know if you remember, I was tripping balls. Properly tripping balls. I could see things we don't know if they were in the past or from the future, but we're seeing things. All my gang got killed by the magic, and pretty much I'm just on my own on my way to a pub, which sounds about right. But yeah, and so hopefully we'll continue the story. But yes, there we go. We'll see how we get on. And as I'm speaking right now, I'm just covering the mask that it's having that initial little panic. You gonna come back to life to me? Hopefully it will. Hopefully it will. There we go. Okay, here we are. Now what's the controls again? Oh. What? Oh, we're at the top corner, are we? Whereabouts are we now then? Ah, okay, top left. We're top left, fair enough. Okay, so let's see. We are headed to a pub. Obviously last time we did get slightly killed. Only slightly. In the longest fight ever. But hopefully we will... Oh God.
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
He glances at the gnarled, leafless monstrosity of a tree next to him. My options are, do you welcome everyone this way? Are you mad? No wonder this place looks half empty. I feel at home already. I might reconsider your lord's offer. I might just do the first one. You hear is the buzzing of flies from the tree.
Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a Hollowborn child?
Right, first of all, Rydric and Waidwin, or however he said it different to Waidwin. Jesus Christ, give us a bloody hope here. Oh, bloody hell, okay. Have I ever sired a hollow-born child? What are you talking about? No, that's a rather personal question. Refuse to answer. Mind your own damn business. I suppose I want to go for the exposition.
An infant born without a soul, of course. Lord Raderick has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village.
See, I'd pronounce that Radric personally, but Raderick. I mean, there's an extra E there somewhere. Okay.
I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst.
He steps to the side and inclines his head ever so slightly towards the deformed tree. Here, over here. Okay.
His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir. In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn just southwest of here.
I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with a Beerwick. Oh, how did they say that? Beerwick. It was Beerwick, wasn't it? Is there someone in town who could help? You could say something about Horrorborn and Wadwin's legacy. Before I got here, I saw several people conducting a strange ceremony near some ruins. That tree over there. Okay, so what should I go with that? Yeah, let's ask for help.
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all.
Well, I guess she's not going to be animated anymore.
But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit.
Language.
My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gilded Vale understand our rules. You see, why give him so much speech and then not give him the last line, eh? Anyway, you said something about Horrorborn and Wadwin's legacy before. Oh, okay. Clearly he's stopped talking now. He blinks. I forget that you foreigners do not have this curse in your homelands. The Horrorborn have been a scourge upon the Deerwood for almost 15 years now. He lowers his voice to a whisper. Children born without souls. He shakes his head. Pitiful, dumb things that breathe, barely, but do not truly live. Some say the Horrorborn are a disease. Some say they are a punishment from the gods. He raises his empty hands. In truth, no one knows. But they began spreading after the Saints' War, and so the name Wadwin's legacy stuck in honor of that foul, blasphemous pretender. His voice shakes with vitriol. After which I can now do a Shenmue, I see. So I'll do it now. I see. Lord Radric's decrees may seem strict at times, but he has our best interests at heart. He nods. He's very gesterful, isn't he? Should I even say that? I don't know if I should say that to him, because I don't really trust him, you know, with the death around him. He regards you carefully. You'll want to mind where you mention that. See? Told you! Trespassing on Engwithan ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. Although he'd probably pronounce it dangerous. You probably saw someone attempting some new ritual to appease the gods. People would try anything these days. Barath have mercy. We certainly have. My options are maybe so or I don't think so, Tim. Just as they finished, there was a Beerwick. Wait, yeah. No, it's not Beerwick. What is it? It's Beerwick? Beerwick? Is it Beerwick? God almighty, just fucking say an angry wind. Let's do that one. He polishes his spectacles on his sleeve. If you'd been that close to a Beerwick, you wouldn't be standing here. Goodbye.
Keep out of...
So you gave him those 3 words then. Keep out of... what? Trouble? The den? The bells?
Listen.
2 tolls. Let that be the last.
3. Gods have mercy.
It seems your arrival is ill-timed.
Someone gonna tell me what the fuck is going on around here?
3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
What do you mean? Don't threaten me, little man. What happened? Does this affect Lord offer to new settlers? Let's go with expedition. Exposition, even. You come to us at a time of mourning. The legacy has struck at the heart of Gilded Vale. Our efforts to redeem ourselves in the eyes of Barath must be redoubled. He sets a steady gaze on you. Don't threaten me, little man. He shakes his head, unmoved. It's no threat, only a warning. Lord Raderick will tolerate no threats to his kin or those who live upon his lands. Grief will not make him more docile. What happened? He shrugs one bony shoulder. I will know more details when the messengers arrive. The vagaries of childbirth, perhaps, but that is not your concern. Here, mate, does that mean I've got no new digs? I can be sure of nothing right now. I advise you to get some rest. The inn, or a stable for all I care. Find me afterwards. I will know more soon enough. Farewell, I want to say goodbye to him again. Goodbye. Right, so basically then, my chances may have been scuppered by what the hell's going on around. Ergyat, or how do you pronounce it? Where's a Tristad found? I'm afraid I still can't help you find residence here. Lord Radric's son was deemed a Hollowborn. This makes circumstances even more fraught than before. Tell me about this Lord Raderick, as you say. He comes from a line of nobles who have defended these lands since Adir times. Raderick II Raderick II was an early supporter of Dirwooden independence during the Revolution, and the current Lord's father perished in the Saints' War. Hollowborn began appearing in the Dirwood shortly after the war's end. Lord Raderick has taken it upon himself to purge the curse from Gilded Vale. His measures have been severe, but necessary. Unfortunately, it may not have been enough, if the bells were any indication. The Saints' War? Our age's most egregious example of man's madness. 15 years ago, the people of... oh, for fuck's sake. Radicerus... Radicerus, is it? Decided that Wadwin... I forgot I didn't say that name as well now. Their living saint was the literal incarnation of the god... Fuck me. Othus. Othus? Urget wrinkles his pinched nose. Is that how he pronounces it? It helps him pronounce it. Othus, with a pinched nose. This supposed saint took it upon himself to liberate the Dirwood, supposedly from allegiances to less worthy gods, but I've never known an army to conquer a land for its people's own good. The war lasted about a year, but you can guess what that year did to the worship of Eothas in the Dirwood. Lord Raderick's forebears had all been Eothasians? But after his father fell defending us from those fanatics, he personally saw that the temple of Eothas here in town was shut down. He points at a few ruined walls near the tree. You know what? This part would have been lovely to have been voice acted, just to say. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It is important that everyone in Gilded Vale understands our rules. I'd like to know more about Gilded Vale. We're a frontier village, as are most settlements in the Deerwood. Gilded Vale hasn't grown much since its establishment in the colonial days, and the last 15 years has seen our population shrink further. He takes in the ramshackle houses and half-fallen fences, hence our recruitment of fresh settlers. Why has Gilded Vale's population been shrinking? Seriously, why would you even think of asking that question when you see that goddamn tree in the background there? Wedwin's legacy, of course. Many women have had difficulty bearing healthy children of late. A few years ago, Lord Raderick decreed that no mothers of Hollowborn are to be allowed in Gilded Vale. His mouth tightens to a firm line. His lordship dealt swiftly with the objectors. It may be harsh, but if it purges us of this curse, is it not worth it? Tell me about those ruins behind the tree. That's what's left of the Temple of Eothas. He did just say that, to be fair. His lips pucker. Lord Raderick forbade worship of the dead god after the Saints' War. It's been abandoned for almost 15 years, but there are plans to rededicate it to Berath, the god of life and death. Enough about Gilded Vale. You'll get to know the town well enough as you explore, I'm sure. Farewell, goodbye, just get the hell out of my sight. Even though I asked him, really. Sellsword. Yeah, I'm not going to speak to him again if I can help it. Can I do anything else around here? Oh yeah, tab, of course. I forgot about tab. The useful old tab button. Can't tell. Is this? Yeah, he's hanging. He's hanging. They're all hanging. Ooh, some mushrooms on the wall. Settler's arrow. What if it's not a baby? Maybe Kolsk managed to... Hush, are you mad? Leave it for indoors. Been thinking about joining family over in Deerford. They have it far better than us. You'd think these rains would be a boon for the crops. The Blackhound's Inn is a fine place to sit and have a smoke. And a waffle. Okay. Oh, there's plenty of stuff around here. Okay, can I get through here? Yes, I can. Oh, but I can't get through that way. I have to go around here, do I? Okay, go here first. Let's see.
Are you looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Oh, he's got a portrait. We might have someone for our team. Looking for anyone who can help me feel better. Strange way to talk about you're dead. No, I don't need any help. Looking for anyone who can help me feel better. He gives me an understanding nod as he takes a long drag from his pipe. My condolences. He exhales and turns his attention away, watching the village around him. The man smiles broadly. Welcome to our lovely village. Yeah, I'll be seeing you later, pal. I've got a feeling about that. Scattered between the roots are bracelets of twine and bead, wilting flowers, and notes half erased by the rains. Go and get the mushrooms then. Ooh, we've got some downstairs going on there. And I have to come back through here. Can I go there? Oh, I've got to go the long way around, do I? Okay. Ooh. More villagers. They fended off another attack on Lord Radwick's keep. Oh, you just said that. I'm thinking about joining family over in Deerford. They have it far better than us. You know, it's funny you say that. Someone else had that exact same idea up there. Steps. Where do the steps go? They go down. What's that? Beneath the vines are crude carvings of a sun rising over 3 stars. Sun rising over 3 stars, eh? Oh, we've got a knight. Theal Phalion. Oh! As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Reach out for the soul, baby. You see a pennant waving tall and sluggish in the wind. Is this the fella that killed that other fella? The rising sun embroidered on the banner, the vanguard of a small troop of paladins. The atmosphere is buoyant, if restrained, and their armour has not yet been tarnished by the elements. This expedition is fresh, young, filled with zest and zeal. At the head stands a commander, awkward in full armour, but determined in step. Despite the excitement of his fellows, he does not smile. There is a twist to his mouth, his countenance grim. He throws up a hand, halting his troop. Silence falls among them, revealing a dark thunder, deep and low. He orders them to ready their weapons and spread out. Eyes dart from horizon to horizon, necks twisting to see the source of the sound. In the distance, dust and lightning rise from the ground as Stygian clouds race toward them overhead. The soldiers stand, only in their staccato movement of their breath betraying their nerves. The commander closes his eyes, calling a blessing down his troop. Invigorated, invincible, they wait as the enemy draws closer, poised to attack. Is that going to be the same? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Okay. Step back. I've just thought as well, am I quite knackered? I've still got some damage reduction, have I? Okay. I just want to make sure if ever I go into combat,
Indeed.
I'm not going to be hindered by someone or something. I'm just thinking, should I go down now or not? Wait! So wait, hold on. I want to click that, and rather than he ran all around rather than go this way, which might be a bit quicker. Let's go downstairs. Let's see what's down there. I do like my cape. That cape's awesome. Oh, well, there's the 3-star and the sunrise. The rising sun and the 3 dawn stars, the symbol of Eothas. Oh, who are you? Wurton, please help me here. A man lies resting against the wall, lit by the dim illumination of the fading sconces. He has a gaunt fox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeve soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious glance as you near, his features twisted with pain. Have a care, if you mean to go in. He casts a quick look towards the doorway to his left. This place is not so empty as I thought. This temple isn't what it used to be. Probably for the best. Times being as they are. He groans and shifts position, wincing. I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. Not one of the faithful either. Just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. He regards you wearily. Maybe you'd have better luck. Better luck with what? The man points a finger upwards. These ruins around us. Used to be a temple of Eothas, the scattered god. A grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all over the Deerwood, from Redsaras even. Redsaras? It's Radric, right? And Raderick. Radcerus. It must be. Radcerus. Until the war, of course. Even then you'd get some of the stubborn ones. The ones that couldn't get it through their heads that their god was dead and gone. I don't have the requirement for that one. So, go on. Once the legacy started, Lord Raderick decided he'd been too lenient on the Yothasians. Yothasians? That sounds about right. Yothasians. He had his people go in and put them to the sword. Left them down here buried under a heap of rock. After that, Raderick ordered the temple sealed. It's been years like that, up until recently. Lord Raderick hopes that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, then we'll be forgiven, and the legacy will end, see? He smiles wryly. But until then, the temple is as you see it, unguarded. That's where you come in. Wharton licks his lips. Those priests, maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them, but they still didn't deserve to go like that. Chopped down in their god's house. It doesn't sit right with me. If you can get down there, find their remains, maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. Wharton breathes out. No small task. There's coin in it for you if you need motivating. I'll find them. I take it you aren't supposed to be in here. They're long dead. What's the matter where they're buried? Wait, you want me to bring you some skeletons? Let me ask some questions first. Not interested. I'll find them. Then by the flame, I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long, it's crawling with creatures. But if you get past them, the priests would have been down on the lower floor. They'll be there still, if they're anywhere. Those priests had all kinds of secret chambers, stretchers in the wall, trick sconces, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out, and take care down there. I wouldn't want to have to send someone else after your remains. I wonder how many people have been before me then. I'll wait here by the stairs and keep a lookout. Maybe try to patch myself up some. Oh god, he jumped to his feet, didn't he?
Good day to you.
Oh, that's his actual voice, is it? Good day to you. Wert nods at you in greeting, cradling his injured arm. You've returned. Find anything? I've not been yet. No, I'm still exploring the upper level. No sign of anything yet. We'll keep at it. I figure they're down in the lower reaches for certain. I'll be here. Okay. Right, let's go onward then. In fact, let me get out my crossbow and let's do some sneaky. Okay, go left or right. Let's go left to begin with. Oh, here we go, spider. Yep, nice. Okay, that's enough of that then.
Feels like
Poison? Oh. Oh man, have I been poisoned? Okay, knocked down. Barely injured. Oh, that knocked him down. Good. I'm getting hurt here. You know what, I'm going to try another knockdown. Come on then. What, is he still down? Okay, he's back up. Near death now, about time. Good, that's that done. Am I damaged?
Yes?
killed him, but I wanted to know. Yeah, sickened for 3 seconds. Oh, right, so it's just temporary sickness. Okay. Did I not have any drops from that? No, I didn't. Okay. Let's get back sneaking. And get back here, crossbow. Oh, good. It might not be all bad. Hopefully there's some other stuff. Now, I wonder, should I... Ooh, right-click on the note. Parchment's relatively intact, but the ink upon it has faded. You can make out a few patches of careful, tidy script. Visitors to the ritual floor. Rectrix Obrica says, Redemption for even these. Ergot and struck the largest bell first, rather than second. The rest is illegible. Forgot and struck the largest bell first, rather than second. So visitors to the ritual floor. I'm going to write this down, because I think that's a little hint. 1 second. So ritual floor. Redemption for even these. Forgot and struck the largest bell first. So not largest bell, but second first. Okay, that might come in handy. I might be completely going off on one there, but I hope not. I hope that is true. Am I quite exhausted now? You know what? I think I'm here and I shouldn't be. I've got a feeling that I am... I have a feeling that I need to be elsewhere. I might just stop scouting. I might come back down here because I've got a feeling I need to be in a band for this. Something just feels off. Maybe I'm wrong. In fact, you know what? Let's save it here, just in case I am wrong. Yothus branch. That way I can go down that side if I decide that I should have done that. Okay. Now, what else? What else have I missed a lot? Did he say southwest? Is that the inn? We've got plenty of stuff going on. That's the smithery. Oh, that's the Black Hound Inn. Okay. You know what? Let's go to the inn first, shall we? I feel that would be more advantageous. You might have better look in Defiance Bay. That's a hell of a turn. Black Hammer Smithery. May as well pop in here whilst I'm here, eh? Commoner. Get one of those daggers. Dented and dull, these swords look ready for the forge. Oh. Oh right, okay, that's stealing. Yeah, let's not do that, eh? That, I'm guessing. Yep. Oh, that's the mask. The domino mask is the sign for stealing. Quite nice. Guard. That shifty little Orlan better watch himself. Yes, you tell him. What else are we doing here? Apprentice. Apprentice? Let's... Don't tell Twatanu. But I think Dunstan over there, over in First Fires, might have the edge on him. Oh, who are you? Oh, he's another fella. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Reach out for the soul. You see a man crouching, surreptitious and alone, a series of untamed shrubs, all that hides him from the vision ahead. His eyes are locked on a Delemgan? Beautiful and terrible, eyes half-lidded as she hums. A bird with fantastic blue and orange plumage sits on her shoulder, trilling gently, and the man is entranced. Trembling, tentative, he stands, and the tranquillity is broken by the bird's startled squawk. The Delemgan half smiles, beckoning with twig-like fingers. She does not speak as he approaches. His mouth is dripping sounds of awe and admiration. She waits, coy and tempting, and with agonizing slowness, he is before her. Then something changes. She sees something hanging limply from his side, and begins to hiss. Fingers suddenly claws, and eyes black with hate. He has no time to reach for his axe or grimoire. Is it grimoire or grimoire? I thought it's grimoire, but maybe it's grimoire. I don't know. As she strikes, and just as soon as she strikes, she is gone. The only evidence of her existence, the shuddering wreck on the ground. He grabs at his grimoire, nevertheless, and begins to chant. But the words of a magical language of his own imagining, scribbled in a maniacal shorthand, ring hollow, and the silence continues unabated. He turns and shrugs at someone or something, but if there is something there, you do not see it. How odd. Okay. Dragon Steel Caller. Oh, he's got one as well, has he? Yeah, let's reach out for his soul. You see a group of adventurers surrounded by a crowd of attacking Zarips. This man is with them, seemingly unconcerned by the battle, even detached from it, as he stands in the middle of his comrades, chanting, his expression bordering on elation. His voice is powerful and deep, booming out across the combatants as a rich counterpoint to the chaos of their fighting. With every phrase, the battlefield changes. His allies glow with a pulsing blue light, freezing the Zarips that surround them. A blazing pyre erupts from the ground, cutting and burning the creatures and sending them scattering. One of the fallen Zarips suddenly explodes as 3 giant grubs crawl from its corpse and attack the remaining enemies. The man continues to chant, thoroughly enthralled in the joy of the moment. Finally, the creatures have been reduced to 1. His allies stand back as the man approaches it, still chanting. He removes his hammer and swings it at the Zarip. His phrase ends as the hammer connects with its head, punctuating the spell and bringing his song to an end. Blimey. Alright, fella. This Omawa man is of an impressive build, towering above the countertop. His skin is the dusky blue of the deep oceans, and his thick arms boast corded muscle. Small ears frame a square-jawed face, coated in smeared soot and arcing black tattoos alike. He offers you a broad smile as you approach. Welcome. You're the first new face I've seen in quite some time. What can I do for you? What do you have here? What do I have here? Clearly he's a goddamn blacksmith. You come to us at a strange time, I'm afraid. The stock's not what it used to be. But we find weapons and armour to offer yet. All forged right here at the Black Hammer. Show me what you have for sale. Of course, you won't find finer anywhere else. Oh, Jenna's lance. 200 is slow, but there we go. Hold wall. Crossbow, Morningstar, warbow. Saber, nice. Oh, and now one buckler. Can I sell some things then? Can I give you that hat? spears actually, yeah. Are they both the same? Yep, they are. Leather armor. Poleaxe. Should I... Just thinking, should I be getting rid of the armor? A couple of daggers and a rapier. And a few hunting bows. I don't need all those hunting bows, I think. To be fair, I've got so many daggers on me as well. Let's get rid of a few of them. Stiletto. A great sword. Okay, let's get rid of the definite dupes. That leather armor, that's leather armor. 6 minus. Yep, okay, that's a dupe. Ah, it's the same, it just looks slightly different. As is that. That's 115. Consumables. Pelts. Oh. No. I might need those actually. Okay. Oh, you've got a rope and grappling hook. Oh, that's quite cool. Cape with withdrawal, blunting belt. Wow, that's expensive. You've got scale armor as well. One-handed. I like the idea of that. Oh, of course, yeah, because I can use that thing. I can use that to go up that wall, can't I? Yes. God, I sound like Slide then. Yes. Prying open certain types of containers. Okay. Oh, I'm tempted to get that though. Yeah, trade. Hell yeah. Have I got that then? I have as well. Excellent. Good-o. Can we speak to you about something else? You mentioned something about your stock being low. We just don't have the supplies. Been expecting the next delivery for near on a week now, and haven't seen a sign of it. Have to expect that they were hit by bandits. The road out east is crawling with them, or my workers ran off with a wagon themselves maybe to make some coin. Tutananu snorts. As if that lot would dare. Tutananu. Tuatanu. Come on. Tuatanu scratches his jaw, thinking, if you happen to be headed that way, maybe you could keep an eye out for a supply wagon, or my shipment at least. They'd be cutting through the Black Meadow, I expect. Only good road through it. As it is, most of our weapons go to His Grace, Lord Raderick. Tuatanu glances at the nearby guard. And that's as it should be. But it doesn't leave much for outsiders. We just don't have the iron. I'll find your supplies. Tuatanu nods. Then you have my thanks. You bring those supplies back, and I'll have plenty more to offer you. A discount to start. Oh, and if you find my workers, tell them to hurry it up, or they can take up farming instead. Chances are they're dead, mate. Splendid. Another quest.
Greetings.
Oh, is that... No, that's me speaking there, isn't it? Greetings. Right. At least I hope it is. Otherwise, I have just given you a weird voice when you don't need it or have it. Let's have a look at the old bellows. Bellows sigh into a furnace and the coals burn brighter still. Oh, can I pick those up? Ooh. Daily affirmations of focus and efficiency. I'm going to take that then. Because it's just there and it didn't look like I was stealing. So I will take your books and I will read them. Not aloud, of course. I will just read them. Is there anything there? I can look at that as well. Let me look at your book. New sales. The pages are nearly empty. Oh, can I take what's in it? No, that's theft as well. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the pub. The pub. The pub. The pub. I don't know why I'm making that noise. I'll be honest with you. I think I've kind of lost it on this stream. I think I'm a little bit too tired. That's the end of the map. So what's around here? That's the keep. Oh, can I pick that? I bet you I can. Yes, I can. Okay. Oh, I like that effect. That's a really nice effect. Right. Oh, an angry townsman. Oh, there's several of them. Oh, and he's got a portrait. Aloth. You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hands for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf, as do his ears. Either that or Vulcan.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
Adir. I have to remember that. Adir. She spits at his feet, dirty bitch. Right. What's going on? One of the other men points at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. Mocking us even while he shelters in our village just goes to show you what these fancy Adir manners are worth. We don't take to that kind of treatment, not from foreigners, especially not from Adirians. Adirians? Adir? Adirans? Adirans.
Go on, say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Oh, I was close.
Why, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
Language.
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
Oh, am I going to have to help you? And defend your honour against these fools?
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
That's where you're wrong.
I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. Back down, all of you. This is absurd. This is unnecessary. Wouldn't you rather be inside drinking than out here arguing? You're going to take all that from him, are you? I'm staying out of this one. I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. No, let's try that one. This is unnecessary. We don't want your charity either, foreigner. They squinters at you through red, bleary eyes. It sounds suspiciously like you're defending him. There we go. Fight time. Is he on my team yet? Can I control him? No, I can't. Okay. So I can just control myself at the minute. Which one to go for? Let's go for the one in the centre, shall we? Then I need to change. Let's get knocked down in effect. Have him. There we go. Oh, blimey, he just blew up.
Attack!
Wow, that was quick. Very quick.
Of course.
As the last of the attackers falls, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. Actually, that was fun. You mean for slaughtering them? You're welcome. I just put I'm glad I could help.
Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts, though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine. Fine! You've got fine clothes, fella. Fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvusser, at your service.
I'm glad you have a name that I can actually pronounce, Aloth. Tell me about yourself. How did you manage to get stuck out here? You better have more to say for yourself than that. Nah, just tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was travelling with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins, and they all died.
In Withen ruins? Those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. And half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
Beerwick. Several hooded figures operating a strange machine. Let's go with the second one, see what happens there. Aloth goggles you silently, apparently assessing your earnestness. Finally, he gives you a clipped, awkward laugh.
You do manage to find yourself in rather interesting predicaments.
What are you doing in Gilded Vale? Just how did you manage to cross those three drunks? I should get going. What are you doing in Gilded Vale?
An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
Yeah, we've had that as well. And you? Like you said, I'm also a settler. I've been experiencing strange things of late. I'm looking for an expert on souls. That's my own business. No, I've been experiencing strange things of late.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. He has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
He nods at the gnarled old tree in the centre of town. His darting glance takes in the tumble-down buildings and the fallow, rock-strewn fields. I expect that such expertise would be best sought elsewhere. Just how did you manage to cross those three drunks?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did tell that one man to go fuck his sister. Ah, that. He clears his throat and adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too easily after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I heard the same thing. For just a moment, he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief. But before he can speak, he forces a tight smile, biting his lips so hard you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes, and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. You don't exactly look like a settler.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
I agree. In fact, we could go down into this basement that's over there.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
You shall follow me. Follow me wherever I may go. Wow, what the hell has he got on him? Clubs. Why have you got 3 lots of clothing? Oh, it's got getting them all. I see, it's got them all. Super duper. We've got a new person on the team. Let's go to the pub. Super. So let's have a... Thought this place was going under after the owner left, but it held out. It's nice and dry in here. I should hope so. Let's speak to Pasca.
Well met, friend.
Hello and welcome to the... Oh, it's you! Tenfrith told us what you did for him. It's such a relief to have him back. I can't thank you enough. Consider yourself a favourite of the house. Discount on drinks, rooms. Tenfrith said he wanted to whip up something nice for you. He's already back to work in the kitchen. She laughs. So what would you like? I'd like everything, quite frankly. I'd like a room, please. Party gain experience, super. And dialogue. How much do I have? Inns allowed to, without using camping supplies. Cheap rooms usually available. How much do I have? 205. Lasts for 2 rests. That's pretty good. Let's do that. How very nice. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face is shriveled inward like mouldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air, she speaks a word. Watcha. You jolt awake. The foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Oh, that is her. Though it fills you with a new, queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Okay.
Good day, stranger.
I could use some reliable help. Do you know of anyone looking for work? Oh, well, I wouldn't say I can speak from experience, but we do have certain sorts coming by looking for work from time to time. If you want to hire someone on, I'd be happy to send them your way. Let me see what I have to work with. A level 1 adventurer. No, I don't think so.
Greetings.
I'd like to know more about the Black Hound. Really? Well, let me see. The actual building's been here for years, but the Black Hound's fairly new. We get a lot of new faces in here too. Fewer than we used to, I'll admit. Yeah, because they're all on the tree, love. Tenfrith's the big draw. I'm sure we'll get the big crowds back again in no time. I used to work the tables, actually, until the old owner upped and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. Even left his poor hound behind. That's the name, see? The Black Hound? It's still sitting upstairs, pining after him. Poor old girl. Place ended up in my hands somehow, she laughs. My very own inn. A lot of hard work involved, but it's been worth it so far. Please sit where you like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have two available at the moment, I'm afraid. No, at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by way of a good meal today, she sighs. Unless you're fond of cold porridge. I thought fella was meant to be fixing something up. Could I see what you have for sale? I'm sure you'll find something to your liking. We have the finest cook in Deerwood. Ooh. Outer tie cookies. Oh. That's very cool. Rice pan, savoury pie. Chicken. I didn't know you could do that. Beer. Oh, does beer give you a status effect? Damage reduction. I didn't know that. Got some grain as well. I wonder if you can actually make... You can make things, can't you, actually? Endurance as well. Do I want anything here? Savoury pie. I'm tempted. I am tempted. Might just get saved. However, I'm running low on the old coppers now, aren't I? Let's leave it.
Hello.
Yeah, that'll do. Is there anything I can interact with here? Oh, yeah, there is. Some kind of brown slop is congealing in these dishes. It smells burnt. That's the fella. 10 frith. Ah, it's you, Miss Avia. He makes a sweeping gesture to indicate the kitchen around you. It's so good to be back. Do not think I will let this go unrewarded. I've decided that you have earned the right to learn one of my closely guarded secrets, my dearest recipe. After this, you will eat nothing else. The party's gained a recipe. Savoury pie, hell yeah. Savoury pie to help you to keep you hale and hearty. May it serve you well in your travels. Keep you hale. I've never heard that expression before. Ah, very good. I will name a dish in your honour. Super. Well, there we go. Spoons hanging by the fire coated in brownish gunk. Oh, I could thieve. Oh, come on, he's a friend. He wouldn't mind it if I just stole some of his knives. Okay, so that's the kitchens. How do I get... Ah, there's an entryway here. Oh, look at the mess. Wish we had some minstrels in here. I'm partial to a minstrel as well. Or an M&M for that matter. Yeah, everyone's talking about that. Who are you? Beg pardon, sir. Don't have much time for talking. No, just stomping around the place. Is that... Oh, I can take what's in there. Oh, yes, please. Take that. Thank you. Your server. Your villager. Nice and dry in here. Everyone's joining their families in Deerford. What the hell's going on in Deerford? Is everyone like... Is it all a bit incestuous? Oh, he's a bit drunk. And who are you then? Another fool come to answer Radrick's invitation? Our great lord had my sister run out of town after the boy was born. She was the only family I had. Not sure where she is now. Blazes, I need another drink. I think you might have had enough, fella. Everyone was thinking this place is going under. Oh, what's the purple thing? Wizard's double? Great stupid got the caster to distract energy. Oh, energy? Distract enemies. Oh, very nice. Yes, let's take all of that. Let's take all of that. Oh, okay, she's got soul as well. Reach for the soul. You see a woman emptying her satchel onto her bed, taking stock of her inventory. Potions, bandages, tinctures and herbs are scattered throughout her room haphazardly. She bites her lip, head tilted to the side, considering. She begins to repack, one item after the other, careful deliberation undercut by shaking hands. Each item has a clearly marked place, but no matter how she repacks it, she isn't satisfied. The shaking worsens as she empties it out once more, one hand held to her mouth. Tears eke from her eyes as she gives up all semblance of order and shoves everything she can in the satchel, grabbing it and running out of the bare house. Straightening her back, she walks to the docks, chin high, eyes hard and red. A gangly young elf offers his condolences, but she can't see him for the ocean ahead of her. She wanders the docks, offering her services as a doctor to any who would listen, anyone heading out on a high tide. Less than an hour later, she watches her childhood disappear in the distance, a tiny speck of an island, and tries not to jump. And you've got one as well, have you? Strom Brightblade. Strom. You see a group of young men standing around a makeshift practice target. This man stands in the middle of them, explaining the construction and use of a bow. He holds it up, pointing out each part as he speaks about it and what it does. He then walks away from the target, telling them to remain where they are, and takes his place about 200 feet away. He carefully lines up his shot, explaining what he is doing as he does, and lets the arrow fly. It hits the target dead center, much to the surprise and delight of the boys near it. He smiles, walking towards the boys, talking about proper stance and how to most effectively hold a bow. A noise comes from the tree line near the practice venue, and he stops scanning the woods. Blue eyes squinting against the sun. A shadow moves, making its way through the forest behind them. He draws an arrow and lines up the shot, carefully tracking the motion of the hidden creature. Loosing the arrow, he wastes no time and quickly grabs another. The boys spin, watching the arrow fly into the forest, immediately lost among the trees. There is a sudden, explosive moment in the undergrowth as a deer erupts from the tree line, running across the edge of the clearing. The boys laugh, turning to joke with the man about his lousy shot. They stop talking, seeing him holding the bow and leading the deer with a knocked arrow. They drop to the ground as he looses this last arrow, which flies true and strikes the deer right behind its shoulder, piercing heart and lungs and dropping it dead almost immediately. The boys stare at the deer for a few seconds and then slowly turn to look at the man, newfound respect in their eyes. He smiles again and breathes a quiet sigh of relief. So was there another figure up there? We don't know. But what we do know is that, we've got some carousers. Grab a drink, friend, not much else of worth in this town, says the woman from Theen. Hey, we said we won't mention Theen. You think we ought to get ourselves red? Are you going to say exactly the same thing? Yeah. Yep, same thing. Okay, well, have fun with that. Oh, we've got some more souls here. Deslok Najtep. You see a man soar through the air, hitting a nearby wall with a nauseating crunch. He doesn't get up. His attacker, a burly, clean-cut warrior with a carnivorous grin, turns and shoves his fist into the stomach of another assailant, removing another from the impromptu brawl. The bar is a whirlwind of elbows, knees, fists, and feet, with no end in sight, and he is in his element. In the corner, 3 smaller men speak quietly, throwing malicious glances at the large man in the centre. He breaks a chair over a tattooed head, cackling. The trio position themselves in 3 parts of the room, and with a terse nod, they charge. Unfortunately for them, the man sees them coming. Something in his eyes burns brightly, and all 3 slump to the ground in an agony that's all in their minds. The burly man bows to a room of the unconscious and incapacitated before sauntering out, off-key whistle trailing behind him. Now, I can't help but wonder if, we're meant to find the fella from the previous screen, and we found the dead person with the soul who was looking for his murderer. I wonder if we actually get to choose and if we're the ones that are in control of the attack, or will that actually give us an option. Curious. It'd be quite cool if we actually had to choose, so we could actually choose to take out which one we believe is the murderer, even though it might be wrong. We'll see. You see an emaciated boy in chains, black holes for eyes, staring sightlessly at a wall. A man in a dark coat walks in, a scroll and an oddly shaped quill in his hand. The boy glances at him, expressionless, a corpse waiting for animation. The man looks at him, disapproval clear in his tone. The boy stands, limbs hanging. The man takes the quill and begins to write on the boy's chest, copying sharp, angular symbols from the scroll. The child doesn't flinch as the quill digs into his skin, drawing blood as it goes. The wizard finishes with a flourish and barks some arcane command, setting the symbols to glow dully. The boy cries out, knees hitting the stone hard, his chest burning black and red. Finally, the glow disappears, leaving only hard black scars etched into his skin. He slumps sideways, twitching eyes, facing the back of his skull. The wizard grunts, kicking him on the leg on his way out. The boy lies on the floor until dawn, eyes still black like holes, the twitches growing into convulsive shakes. Okay. And he's the shakes, so he is actually the lad. And Sila Amin. You see a long empty road cutting through 2 large crop fields. The air is silent and the land seems too still for early afternoon. The woman walks slowly on the road, leading a horse, curiously looking around. She seems to sense something wrong, but is unable to discern what it is. She stops, sniffing at the air, her nose high, her brow crinkles as she casts about, looking for something. The air is clear, but no clouds. She sniffs again, still looking around, confusion clouding her face, mouthing a single word. Fire? She looks out across the fields, her confusion turning to fear. She holds a hand up to block the sun from her eyes and scans the field again. Not finding what she was looking for, she jumps onto her horse's back, the fear quickly becoming panic. She kicks, sending the horse shooting down the path, which bends around to see some trees to where the farmhouse should be. She pulled up short, horror now in residence on her face, as she stares at the burned and charred mess that used to be her family's home. Tears well in her eyes as she kicks again, racing to the rubble. Oh, blimey. Everyone has a bit of a nasty tale, it would seem. And that's locked. What else is here, though? Crammed behind the books is a drawing that shows Yothus and Lord Raedric in compromising position. Something here. Oh yeah, Deerwood, Part 1, Early Colonial History. Super, lovely, I'll take it. Now, do I want to try lockpicking? Is that going to be considered bad? I don't know. I don't know. You know what? Let's save it. We're not going to go down... Oh, did I not save that previous one? Yes, I did, the Others branch. We're not going to save it to the Others branch. We're going to resume at Kilmore 1, I think, and save it here. Yes. And we're going to try... Do you want to pick the lock? Yes, let's see what happens.
It's done.
Excellent. Oh, splendid. Padded armor as well, and duelist sight. Oh, wow. Super. That's cool. And also, not stealing, amazingly. So, let us go. Oh, did I see that? I might have seen that. I saw that. And yeah, roaches scatter. I'm actually looking to see if there's the dog about. There it is. This hound stares intently at the covered window, head cocked as if wanting to hear a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines a low note, tail wagging slightly. Sorry, girl. Don't think he's coming back. I could use a good dog. Here, Gil. Let's try that first. The dog whines softly again, head tilting. Well, you can come with me. Maybe we'll find him on the way. The dog ears perk up. It trots over to you and barks happily. You've gained an item. A black hound. Added to inventory. Added to inventory? Yeah, he just fits in my pocket, clearly. How bizarre. Okay, let's go in this door. Okay, it's 10:30. Oh, it's a terrace. How very posh. Bodrick had us chase them off. All the fortune tellers. And then I told her that's not the pistol. Yeah, what is it then, pal? Well, they're all being bawdy. You got some villages up here still. Yep, more bandits. And people telling me to go to Defiance Bay. Can I go through there? Yes, I can. Is that? Who is that? That's just a normal villager. See who's in here? Knock, knock. Who are you? A Dewoodian woman is standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, or perhaps to her unborn child, for she is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you enter.
Good day, stranger.
Well, finally, I was starting to think. The woman makes a startled noise once she turns around and sees you. Oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting someone else. She gives a cautious smile. Can I help you? I just arrived in Guildvale. Thought I'd get to know the locals. Were you with one of the caravans? She looks at you hopefully. Master Ademers by chance? I was, yes. I'm afraid the rest of the caravan was killed. Offa covers her mouth with a hand, eyes wide with horror. For a few moments she can manage nothing but a strangled, voiceless gasping, her eyes brimming with tears. I knew. I told her it was a dangerous path to take. Kaliska was always so certain she could believe she could take on any danger. Offa sniffs. Oh, my poor sister. I'm sorry, stranger, I can't believe she's gone. Oh, it's the sister. If only I hadn't called her here. If I hadn't written to her, she might still be alive somewhere. Offa's face crumples, and a solitary tear slides down her cheek. Why did you send for Kaliska? Alpha wipes at her eyes. I'm worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told Kaliska as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in Gilded Vale has been soulless, empty. It's happened to many mothers, and Lord Raderick, he's exiled all of them, calling it a sign of God's disfavour, she sniffs. With my Hathort gone, I don't know how I'd manage if I lost my home too. I hoped Kaliska could help me. They say Ranga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent a child being hollow-born, but she moved south to Anslog's Compass 2 seasons ago. The journey's too far for me. I can't make it as I am, but I don't have anyone else now, with Kaliska gone. More tears run down her face. Please, can you help me? I'll find Ranga for you. Offa blinks eyes wide. You will? Oh, God bless you. Here, I'll give you some coin to pay her with. You needn't trouble yourself with that. I think it's a drink she fashions out of, well, I'm not sure. But it shouldn't be too much of a burden to carry back. Oh, right, I see, so I'm basically buying a potion then. Anslog's Compass is what we call the lagoon to the south. You'll have to cross the wilds to get there. That's what keeps me from trying it myself. She clasps her hand together. Thank you again, truly. You'll be saving us both. She sets a hand on her stomach, smiling through tears. So Anslog's Compass is south. And cross wilds to get there. Perfect. Good, it does remember that. Wow, have I actually completed any yet?
Good day to you.
Any chance you could tell me a few things about Gilded Vale? I can certainly try. What would you like to know? Tell me about the village. Let me think, we're farmers mostly, but there have always been work and opportunity for people coming in from elsewhere. In the old days, at least, the Black Hammer Smithery's been here for a long time. That Trattenew's place, south of the mill. And then there's the Black Hound, just away south of here, she sighs, trailing off. I have to admit I don't go out much anymore, with that horrible tree out there. Things aren't like they used to be. I don't know. I don't have anywhere else to go. Whose lands are these? The Raderick family has held title over these lands for generations. Their keep is northeast of here, past the Eastern Wood. She holds up a hand. I wouldn't go near mine. He doesn't see visitors or petitioners, not these days. Some people say that, well, that there are some bad seeds in that line. A weaker soul. Maybe that's why. She hesitates. Well, never mind. I'm sure Lord Raderick has his reasons. Okay, I don't have any more questions. Was there anything else? I'll be going. And can I see what's on your desk? Nice cat. Travels upon Keldglass Sea? And a Leviathan. Hello, cat.
Welcome.
Yeah, no, that's you. All said. That's stealing, that's stealing. Okay. Right, let's go. So we met the sister of the woman who died. Who was pretty good in combat. Okay, so where are we in respect of everything now? So we've been there, we've been there, we've been here. Yep. Shall we have a look in that cellar now that there's 2? Or should we continue? You know what, it's past, so I'm going to go into the cellar and save it, because I have been streaming for a fair wee while now. It's coming up to an hour and a half. I'll put on the old fast mode just so that we can get there quicker. Or do I want to go and have a quick wander? Let's go for a quick wander, because I feel like if there's anyone else who can help, we should at least ask. You're not anything around here. Oh, you've got more souls, haven't you? As you near, you feel a vibrant history. You reach out for the soul. You see a group of people standing around a wagon, transfixed on a sword as it swings in a large, graceful arc. This man holds a sword, passing it from hand to hand with a relaxed ease, making the blade dance in front of his audience. He tosses it into the air, spins, then puts his arm behind his back to catch it. The crowd claps excitedly, and a couple of them gasp, certain they are about to see a tragedy. Okay, so you're circus act. And Hugo, you see a room bright, warm, and covered in greenery. There isn't a spot in the entire space that doesn't have some kind of plant growing in it. Small germinating seeds in a corner here, large sprawling vines climb the walls there. Although most of the plants are actually in some kind of container, there are a few that have grown from the dirt floor itself. These are just as lovingly cared for as anything else in the room. This man wanders through the plants, smiling at each and every one, an old pipe clenched between his teeth. Stopping next to one, he touches a leaf, lifting it up to look at the underside, then gently rubs it between his fingers. He takes a small handful of the soil it grows in and crushes it with his fingers. Satisfied, he drops the soil back into the pot and continues to the next plant. He hums a low, cheery tune as he moves among the plants, occasionally stopping to sing a few words of something to one of them. Finally, he reaches the door, having visited every plant in the room. He turns back to look at them, a look of serene pleasure on his face. Then he turns back and he's gone. Okay. Oh, you've got something here. What have you got here? Everything seems to be dead or dying. What do you want, villager? He's stomping around the place. What are you? You're Defiance Bay fella. Okay, you got anything up here? Oh, cows! Moo! Can't talk to them. You know, that's one of the funniest things in Baldur's Gate. You could actually talk to a cow and go moo, and it would go moo. Very funny game. Funny and brutal. Are you going to say the same thing? Yep. And you look like you're pickable. Anything else about the place? Oh, a note. I'm thinking note. There is something there though. Oh, this is that place here. I have to come right down, Oh, yes, please. Let's take that. Take that and party. This is somewhere different, isn't it? It's not that blacksmith. Oh, what we got here? Nonton, Ingrid. This man and woman appear to have been deep in conversation, working at closing two bulging satchels. They move to embrace until the woman notices you approach and pauses, her smile faltering a little.
Welcome.
can we help you? She looks to her companion, brows furrowing with confusion. Do you know this man Nonton? Nonton shakes his head. I don't believe so. Was this something you wanted, stranger? Yeah, I've seen that cloak before. You killed that man in the... Oh, it's him! Nonton! I thought I heard that name before. You two seem to be in a hurry. Yes, I imagine so, Ingrid laughs. We're packing for a trip, actually. I've been meaning to visit Defiance Bay, and she... looks at Nonton. Well, in truth, I think I'd had my fill of this town. Nonton reaches to take hand. It's time for some new scenery, he says. Here we go. That cloak. I've seen it before. You killed that man in the cave. Are you accusing him of something? Ingrid looks to Nonton, touching his arm. If this is about the accident, we're both grieving Pearlie's loss, but it was a wild animal's doing. Nonton shakes his head minutely. You see a tremble in his hands. What would make you suggest such a thing? Oh, I've got a strong resolve there. I had a vision in the cave. I saw Pearlie's last moments, and as he lived them, I saw you cut him with a knife. That's not possible, Nonton stares at you. How could you possibly know? His hand falls to his sword belt. I left no sign. Nonton, wait. Ingrid raises a hand. I don't know what you saw in that cave, but this isn't what you think, Pearlie. My husband, he was as much a beast as that bear. I tried to leave the first time. I suffered his temper, but he wouldn't have it. She looks away, expression pained. Nonton, we met, and I knew I'd find someone special, someone kind, who cared for me. Please, all we want is to leave this place, to start somewhere else. She looks down at the satchels. We've some coin saved up. You could have it, if you'll only let us go. Sounds fair enough, handed over. No, whatever your reasons, you caused a man's death. I'm taking this to the magistrate. Keep your money, use it to start your new life. I don't need your coin. Oh, Pearlie doesn't get a second chance. You two don't deserve one either. Now, I'm tempted to say that, and whatever your reasons you caused man's death, I'm taking this to the magistrate. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. I don't know what you think. You'd tell the magistrate. It's just a story about a dream you had. None sneers. But you won't take this from me. You won't take this from us. Not when we're so close, and not for that wretched Pearlie. Nonton draws his blade. Thought so. Oh, and you're both gonna die now. Okay. Right, what special abilities do you have? Oh, we've got wizard spells and everything. Arcane Assault. Yes, let's have a go at that, shall we? Oh, you've got an area of effect. Yeah, let's do that. Should I stay out of the way whilst you do that, and maybe I'll go you? No, I don't want to go at you. I'll go at you though.
How may I?
Oh, well that missed. That was an absolute miss. Okay, who are you? That's Nonton. Let's knock him down. Or just run around in a circle.
Onward.
What? He's... Okay. Let's get some spells on the go. Okay, that touch might be good. Let's do the touch to Nonton. And you. Let's do the knockdown on her. There we go. May as well take her out.
Curses.
Okay, in that case, it's your turn. Have a go at Nonton. And you... Oh, you're quite damaged already. How about you freezing? Yep, that's her dead. And the knockdown didn't look like that worked, actually, did it? Yeah, let's just both of you just have at him.
Aye?
Need to check his armor. He's barely injured, you know. That's not good. Let's do another spell. Do another freeze.
Lavaru, be on seek!
Am I going crazy? Why am I just grazing? Okay, let's do that then. Let's do a bit of that. Could really do with not hitting either of us really. Yeah, I can't do that really. What else have you got? You got rapier and a scepter. Use your rapier.
Yes? Yes?
Let's try and see if we can actually just end this. Okay, he's injured now. For some reason, I'm really not doing a lot of damage with this axe. I might have to change the weapon. There we go. Down he goes. Oh, you've got a deflection ring, have you? Take all of that. And let's have a look to see what we got and what do we have we not got. You've got leather armor, so you're fine. You've got a cape as well. You've got a grimoire. You know what? I might give you that shield for your second set. Actually, it seems about right to me. I'll give you quarterstaff as well because that seems the kind of thing that a wizard would have. Okay, let's have a look to see about these swords. 100 sword, 17. Because I think I'm not doing good damage at the minute with what I've got. So I had two under. Okay, let's go back to you then. 13 to 18. Average. Bonus crits, and you know what, let's just try it. Let's take that out, put that there, and just try the sword. Because I might actually be better off with it, quite frankly. You also had a ring. If I can find it, that ring there. Might have a look if that cape might be useful to that other fella as well. Deflection. I think you might need that in a way. Is that just a standard cape? It's just a standard cape. It's a raggedy cape. Take that raggedy thing off and put something on that's got a bit of flair. Yeah, you've got some reduction now because you've. I don't think you've got a lot of armor about yourself anyway. Right, have you got anything else I can rob? What's that up there? What is that up here? Sunred is half empty. I don't give a shit about that. Take all that. Anything else? Yes, you've got the table. And the broken stone wall. Lovely. I'll read that later. Add it to the pile along with all those books I picked up in Skyrim. Well, there we go. After all that, it wasn't a soul trapper after all. Wow, this episode's going quite long, isn't it? It's like, ooh, what's going on here then? We know there's more grain in there, Trumbull. We won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on our crops. A muffled shouting emerges from inside the mill.
The first of you drunkards comes through the door, gets a shot between the eyes, God's hear me, Swinner. I'll put you down like a dog.
Come away for now, lads, but we'll be back, Trumbull, and we'll have fair prices, or by the flame we'll have a reckoning. That's a surly mob, isn't it? Okay, let's have a look, see what's cracking here. An elven man stands before you, his relatively stocky build suggesting a life of labour. His face is pale and drawn, and his eyes wide. Behind him, a younger man and woman exchange worried glances. The miller raises a club as you enter. It shakes violently in his grip. Get back if you value your life. Hold on, I'm not here to hurt anyone. The miller hesitates, then lowers the club. Wait, I know you. You just came into town, right? Don't tell me Swen has already got his claws into you. Gods, that's all I need. What was all that ruckus outside? Drumble shakes his head. Where to begin? Swen has whipped them up into a froth, going on about grain stores. Claims I've hidden away most of it. Somehow we've just gained experience for that. All I do with the grain is I sell it. I can't create out of thin air, and I can't hand it out for free. I pay the farmers for the crops they bring in, and I sell what comes out of the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound on the west side of town for ale, and Serena and his lot sure don't mind that part. You take a look at the fields on the way to town. The crop's blighted, and most of what I'm getting from the farmers, Trumbull gestures to the sacks and containers, it's gone off, rotted through. I can't pay top prices for blighted wheat, and I've barely got enough good grain to go round. Swen is howling after things he has no right to. Maybe I ought to go have a talk with Swenna then. The miller all but sags with relief. I'd be grateful if you did. You won't listen to me anymore, but maybe you'll have better luck. Tell him we're all having a hard time of it, and we'll all have to make some sacrifices. We'll be in your debt for it if you can convince him. Yeah, well, no promises there, chap.
Gods keep you.
Oh, he sounds like that, see? I have more questions about this whole situation. It's not. It's not. He pauses. Look, Swen's always been a rotten bastard. With stores so limited. Maybe I save the good stuff for people who deserve it. Offer, for instance. She's expecting a child. Should I let her starve instead? Do the villagers know about the grain supply? Some, the innkeeper for instance. It's better not to worry anyone. I'll be trading for supplies soon enough. If we can just keep things calm until then, we'll be in the clear. The innkeeper. I wouldn't drink the ale is all I'm saying. I have no more questions. I'm gonna... Not yet, I'll be back. I'm gonna be back in a bit because I don't want to... That might cause a bit of a fight. I'm sure Father can explain what just happened here. And my father's a good man. He's always done right by the town. Okay, can I go up there? No, I can't. I can't go there either. Anywhere else I can go? That's thieving. No, I can't. Okay. Right, so I think I'll save talking to the other chap another time. But it sounds like he does have a bit of a secret stash that he keeps for other people. In the meantime, let's go and get this mushroom. And let's have a look around. And I think what I'm going to do now, I think that's everywhere I've been on the map, isn't it? Actually, no, there is a house there. That's Ingrid's house. Oh no, I've been there. We've just been there. Okay. Is that a little place there? Oh, have I spoken to you yet? Yeah, no, you're nothing, are you? Oh, you're Doran. Oh, another soul, just as I wanted to log off. You see a large crowd gathered in the middle of a courtyard. This man stands in the midst of them, a cloak pulled over his head, holding it closed around his neck. The crowd is congregated around a platform, and they all watch transfixed as a man is led to the platform, flanked by 2 city guardsmen. The man is shackled hand and foot, but carries himself as a nobleman, not deigning to even glance at the crowd. The cloaked man pulls his cover closer around his face and turns sleeve, hunching over to avoid being seen. A crowd on the platform unrolls a parchment, begins to read, but the man pays no attention, intent on getting away from the courtyard. The crier's voice grows louder and more intense as he reads, and voice from the crowd start to punctuate his sentences. The jeers and shouts grow more frequent, and with each one the cloaked man flinches and his shoulders droop. He blinks from the crowd, coming to the edge of the courtyard as the cry reaches the end of his proclamation. The crowd grows silent again, save for the occasional shout. The man turns back to look at the platform, seeing his father kneeling before the block, neck exposed. The executioner moves into position, lifting his axe to strike. The man turns suddenly, unable to watch. There is a wet thunk, and the crowd breaks into cheers and applause. He leans against the wall, regaining his composure, then straightens up. With obvious resolve, he strides off away from the crowd and his legacy. Oh dear. And what about you? Rodolphe? You see a pair of immaculately polished leather boots and impeccably maintained goatee. Their owner, a slightly hook-nosed man with a wicked grin and narrow eyes. He bobs his feathered hat at a nearby merchant as he ambles by, a small piece of parchment held tight in his fist, ink staining his fair fingers. He seems to know most of the merchants in the market, stopping to engage some, nodding at others, and even bartering for minor goods with a select few, always smiling, laughing, and exchanging jibes. He approaches a heavy-set Ormawa, smile plastered stiff across his face, and jokes about the weather. She jokes back, subtly palming him several gold coins. When he walks away, the paper in his hand is gone, and the smile on his face far more genuine. He tips his cap at her, winking, and runs off with a new spring in his step. Okay. Very well. Yes, I think I will be booting off soon. I just want to make sure that everything has been cleared. I can go in here as well. What's in there? A wooden box with some chew. And you've got a bush. Go get your bush. And are you going to say about the crop again? So basically, this village seems to be cursed, with nothing new replacing the old. Oh, another soul. You see a crowded marketplace vendor stalls you see a crowded marketplace vendor stalls lining the road. The proprietor's voices calling out to passers-by to come sample their wares. This woman wanders through the throngs, strolling hand in hand with another woman. They peruse the vendor's goals, tarrying at a book merchant with a number of old and beautiful tomes, chatting with one another about what they see. One will pick up a book and show it to the other, who will take it, comment it, and place it back on its shelf. Then the first will snatch up the book again and quickly pay the merchant before the other can snatch it back. They walk away from the market weighed down by packs filled with books, still hand in hand, standing close, comfortable, and familiar with each other. Oh, for fuck's sake, how much text? I'll come back to that. And, man alive, I think I'll read this one off camera. You can pause it if you want to read. But right now, I need to get out of Dodge. That's thieving. That's thieving. There's nothing more here. Let's go. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. I think that's everywhere now. I'm going to go back to the cellar before I go back to look at the tree. Oh, I can just go down there now. And I'm going to save it here. Yep, this looks like a good point to save it. Because it's been near enough 2 hours. Way over what I expected to play. And my dog really wants to go out, even though she's not long been out. Okay, let's save that. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, everybody. And if you're watching on demand, thank you for watching. And if you're watching on the YouTube, thank you for watching. Subscribe and follow and do all that crazy business. Have a good day, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. We'll play a bit more of this. Still enjoying it, but boy, it's getting a bit long-winded, isn't it? Is it going to be good for streaming? I don't know. We'll continue on, though, tomorrow. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.